Animation is a technique of creating an illusion with images and objects and moving in a sequence to form a movie. Types of animation. We have various types of animation. The first one is 2D animation, which has to do with drawing and painting. And the softwares used for 2D animation are Adobe Flash, Tumble Studio, After Effects, Photoshop, Crazy Talk Animator. You must know how to draw to some extent to use 2D animation. 3D animation is another example. You are dealing with geometries, animating puppets and using computer generated image, the motion and X, Y, and Z axis. The good thing about it is that you don't need to know how to draw solid bodies. You can rotate to see all the side of the image, unlike 2D animation where you can only see one part of the image. And the hand is expected to be more realistic as demanding to create. Now, differences between 2D and 3D. 2D represents an object in just 12 dimensions, while 3D represents it in 3 dimensions. 3D has length, breadth, and height, whereas 2D has only length and breadth. Another type is motion graphics. Stop motion. The process of stop motion animation is very long, as each object has to be carefully moved inch by inch while photographing every change to create a fluid sequence of animation. What is VFX? Visual effects, also known as green screen, which is used in filmmaking to integrate computer-generated image to a real shot. They are used to enhance our videos, process of making animation. The first one is getting a reference video of what you want to do. Write a storyboard, which is a pictorial representation of the concept you want to get across. The third one is modeling, building objects. The fourth one is texturing. This is where you add materials like to put mud. The fifth one is lighting. Light can be used to represent mood and focus. The sixth one is animating. This is where you move things. You can start with just a pose. The seventh one is cameras. The health one is rendering, creating images that can be viewed outside the animation software, where you can share with people on YouTube, on internet, Facebook, on social media. And the ninth one is post-production. This includes the editing of rough footage to cut scenes together, inserting transitional events, working with voiceovers and sound. Principles of animation. We have 12 principles of animation. Timing and spacing. If the spacing is close together, the object moves slower, and if the speed is further apart, the object moves faster. Ensure animation is not happening all at the same speed. Pose to pose and straight ahead action. This way you'll be able to establish key poses at certain. Straight ahead is just animated spontaneously. Squash and stretch. This way gives flexibility to objects. Don't hard it to rigid objects, but try to over-emphasize it for flexible ones. One of the good things of squash and stretch is that you have to go through your animation process to know where to hard it. Energy plus exaggeration. Not for incredible, extreme to distort, but to push the texture to make them stronger. Double up emotion so audience can easily understand it. It adds more entertainment. Anticipation. Anticipation is used in animation to set the audience for an action that is about to happen. An easy way to think about this is that if a person needs to move forward, the first move moves back. They are just to add suspense to your work and serve believable movements. Ease in and ease out. Follow through and overlapping action. When a main mass that is in motion to come to stop, the appendix don't stop immediately but gradually drag it behind. The speed of the follow through is determined by the weight of the body mass. For example, somebody running stops and the arms at the clothes gradually stops. Somebody rolling, it's not possible for the person to stop immediately. There must be a gradual step for the person to stop. Secondary action. This is majorly to enhance the primary one. The primary one should be able to do without the secondary, and the secondary should confuse the primary. Let's try as much as possible when you're animating a character. Let it move in a realistic way. This is when you are adding some action to convey what the character is feeling. Make unique poses so the animation won't be boring. This is how you go about setting up your scene, from the placement of the character to the background and foreground elements. Benefit of animation. Animation is to grab attention, keep audiences engaged, communicate quickly and concisely, gain understanding, and make a lasting impression. Uses of animation for education. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the first part, which is in the introduction to animation. Please, I advise everyone to go through it, read, ask questions before we proceed to the installation.